Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to make sure you're aware of the videos that were put out this week because all of them did pretty horrible in the view department. Last night, pretty late broadcast, later than I want to do it, talked about numerous stories that happened on August 15th, the Jesuit order's birthday, and how all of the rituals absolutely scream Jesuit. Maybe you're tired of hearing about the Jesuits and ritualism, but the problem is the majority of the world has no idea about any of this, and all of those people need to know about this. Again, YouTube has shadow banned this channel. They've destroyed this channel. They've deleted it 20 some times. They've made sure that the views are atrocious. Like I said, you guys, literally, I have to produce videos a whole month to get the amount of views that I would have got in one video in 2017. And think about how bad that is. Case in point, the last 4 videos barely eclipsed 10K views. I used to get 10K views within 10 minutes or less of posting a video. So, and again, the content's gotten 10 times better, literally, since 2017. It's just completely undeniable at this point. And I think that's also why we're super shadow banned. But yeah, if you missed these videos this past week, I think they're all very important to watch and share. And again, for all you guys who say you share it, but you don't get any likes on your social media, who cares? Share it anyway. You never know. Somebody might have watched it and they did hit the like, but social media, you're shadow banned too. So you didn't see the like. Anyway, that said, it's Sunday. It's August 17th, 2025. And one of the top headlines this morning was shooting in New York. 3 killed, 8 injured. And yeah, they have updated it to 3 killed, 9 injured in New York, which we call 39 land. But they did start with 3 killed, 8 injured. And the other top headline this morning was actor Terence Stamp, who was known for being the villain in Superman, dead at 87. And it's quite obvious where these stories align when you know Gematria. 3 dead, 8 injured. And in the case of Terence Stamp, dead Sunday morning, August 17th, the 38th day of Superman being in theaters, the new Superman movie. As we know, 38 is the number of death. Hollywood made this very clear when they put out the movie Murder by Numbers, and they coded the 3 and the 8 in the words in the poster. Again, if you're new here, this Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. Gematria, 4 base ciphers of the English language, alphabetic order, reverse alphabetic order, both orders with numerology applied, meaning there's 4 values for a word. But notice, murder equates to 38 and 83, like the song Murder by Numbers came out in 83. Again, words like killing, death, RIP, they all equal 38. Gematria, English, and Kabbalah are all 38. So is the word energy, so is the word JEW. Traditionally, Gematria is a JEW practice. And we all know what's going on in Hollywood. But yeah, day after day, same old stuff. Last night's videos talking about celebrity deaths in 38. Been here for now 12 straight years talking about 38 in death. And when I first started researching this knowledge to see if there was anything to it, one of my first observations was there was a major pattern with 38 in death in the world of celebrity. And back when I started, all I had was a spiral notebook and a pencil. And I'd write everything down and do it by hand. I didn't know about any gematria calculators online. Of course, Gematria, the website we use, was built by Derek, who came along in 2016 after he found my work and built the website to help accelerate the process. But yeah, one of my earliest discoveries, probably 12 years ago to the day, right around this time, middle of August 2013. I was injured. My shoulder was busted. I couldn't do any of my normal physical activities. I was reading. I was researching. I was trying to figure out what it was about numbers and patterns in the news that I'd seen for a decade. And in no time, saw there was something with 38 in celebrity death. Can even go back to things like Walter Cronkite announcing the death of JFK. He goes, some 38 minutes ago, the president of the United States died from, but I had to start with 38 minutes ago. Again, the Kitty Genovese story, where supposedly a bunch of people watched her be murdered in New York, but nobody called the police. The guy who wrote that story said there were 38 witnesses. And he was asked later in life, he said, well, if a bunch of y'all watched, but nobody called the police, how do you know that 38 people watched? And everyone should look up what happened. When he was asked that question, he didn't answer it. He walked out of the interview. And the answer is obvious why. He's one of these people who's in on the code, who's very aware of the knowledge, who helps create the headlines and perform the rituals that, Terence Stamp's now the victim of, the stuff that goes on literally every single day. Just like how in the United States, the nation's capital here, Washington, D.C. is on the 38th parallel, and Pentagon equals 38, and it's the nation's killing department, and probably the dumbest war we've ever been involved in was Vietnam, where we deployed the troops on 3/8, the third month, 8th day, March 8th. But yeah, anyway, it did start this way today in Brooklyn. 3 dead, 8 injured, and it evolved into 3 dead, 9 injured, which, I got to be honest, that's really what I expect in New York. I expect 3 dead, 9 injured, because remember, these are the 4 base ciphers of the English language. With the alphabetic order, the abbreviation NY ends the 14th letter, Y is the 25th, 14 plus 25 is 39. New York, with the alphabetic order and numerology applied, is 39. N is the 14th letter, but the numerology of 14 is 1 plus 4 is 5. E is 5. W, the 23rd letter, becomes 2 plus 3 is 5. Just make each letter a single-digit number based on the alphabetic order. Y, the 25th letter, would become... If you said 2 plus 5 is 7, I know you're getting it. Yeah, Y would be 7. O, the 15th letter, would be 1 plus 5 is 6. R, the 18th letter, would be 1 plus 8 is 9. K, the 11th letter, 1 plus 1 is 2. New York, 39 this way. Run the alphabetic order in reverse. NYC for New York City, 39. Run it in reverse. New York, comma, NY, like you'd write it on an envelope. Run it in reverse with numerology, that is 39. So alphabetic order with numerology, reverse alphabetic order with numerology. You see the perfect 39s. And remember, it goes way beyond Gematria. There's so many 39 rituals in New York. Again, the World's Fair there in 39. Yankees won the World Series, of course, that year, 39. When the Mets and Yankees met this year, last game of the series, somebody picked up their 39th loss. Of course, they did. It happens every year. The United Nations is 39 floors tall in New York. They meet there at the United Nations in the 39th week of the year each year, the United Nations, etc., etc. George Clinton, the first governor, born in 1739. George equals 39. Clinton, 39, etc., etc. There's so many 39s in New York's history. Add up another one. 3 dead, 9 wounded. And for another, just how many more times do you need to see it? A shooting broke out at a crowded Brooklyn nightclub around 3:30 a.m. Sunday. 3:30. So like 3:3? Again, New York's 39 forwards, 33 in reverse, Masonry, 33, 39, like secrecy, like police, think Fraternal Order of Police, which is Masonic, think Sunday, the only day of the week that equals 33. But, yeah, it's just, again, most of the stuff you read about is being contrived for the sake of mind control, for the sake of influencing you, for the sake of politics and politicians and power and having power and influence over you. And again, the reason they use this Gematria code is because the Cabal is invested in Kabbalah. That's where the term the Cabal comes from. Again, Freemasonry is based in Kabbalah. The Cabal is a secret political faction. This nation was founded by members of Freemasonry, a secret society. So, I mean, you can just see right there how it just fits together in elementary historical terms. And don't forget words like empire also equal 39. New York's the empire state. There's so many 39s with New York. I mean, we've covered 1 million in the decade. Well, 12 years I've been here now. But, yeah. Same old. So... R.I.P. Terence Stamp, and if anything really did happen there at a nightclub in New York, I'd look into who's really behind it. It tells me it's the same people who investigated the scene. R.I.P. to those people as well. But yeah, summer movie, Superman, 38 David being in theaters, the old villain's dead. And by the way, just with regards to Kabbalah, today's the 17th of August. It can be written 17/8, like 178. That's when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. Kabbalah's 178. When you run it forwards, Kabbalah's 38. So what a day for these 38 stories on 17/8. My guess is if you dig deeper. Oh, by the way, Stamp was born in the year 38, for one more 38 for the man. But my guess is if you dig deeper, there's probably a lot more to his passing. I just want to keep things simple because simple is what most people need. Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Again, if you missed the latest content, I do think the video I put out last night, I just think that's another just video that should open a few eyelids. I mean, points just couldn't be proven any greater. And I guess that's part of the problem too. If you're new to my work, I mean, this doesn't mean as much to you because you haven't been watching me talk about the exact same things and just having the point proven a million times more on the Jesuit Order's birthday, August 15th. But again, everybody's got to start somewhere. You watch it for the first time and you doubt it now, stick with us for a year and see where you are by next time August 15th rolls around. All right, Truth Seeker, we'll leave it there for now. And until next time.